Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
The semantic role of an entity that is not the agent but is directly involved in or affected by the happening denoted by the verb in the clause. A person who requires medical care. The number of emergency patients has grown rapidly. Enduring trying circumstances with even temper or characterized by such endurance. A patient smile. The semantic role of an entity that is not the agent but is directly involved in or affected by the happening denoted by the verb in the clause. The semantic role of an entity that is not the agent but is directly involved in or affected by the happening denoted by the verb in the clause. Capable of accepting delay with equanimity. Was unhurried with the small children. Relaxed and leisurely, without hurry or haste. People strolling about in an unhurried way. Quietly and steadily persevering, especially in detail or exactness. A diligent, or patient, worker. Characterized by care and perseverance in carrying out tasks. A diligent detective investigates all clues. Lasting a long time. Patiently bearing continual wrongs or trouble. An enduring disposition. Showing patient and unruffled self-control and restraint under adversity. Slow to retaliate or express resentment. Seemly and forbearing yet strong enough to resist aggression. Patiently bearing continual wrongs or trouble. A long-suffering and uncomplaining wife. Patient endurance of pain or unhappiness. Showing patient and unruffled self-control and restraint under adversity. Slow to retaliate or express resentment. Was longanimous in the face of suffering. Showing the capacity for endurance. A man patient of distractions. Quietly and steadily persevering, especially in detail or exactness. With persevering, or patient, industry she revived the failing business. Showing or characterized by broad-mindedness. Tolerant of his opponent's opinions. Tolerant and forgiving under provocation. Able to tolerate environmental conditions or physiological stress. The plant is tolerant of saltwater. Showing the capacity for endurance. Injustice can make us tolerant and forgiving. Showing respect for the rights or opinions or practices of others. Not complaining. Uncomplaining courage. Linguistics. The underlying relation that a constituent has with the main verb in a clause. Linguistics. The underlying relation that a constituent has with the main verb in a clause. One who suffers for the sake of principle. A person suffering from an illness. A specific size and style of type within a type family. An enveloping structure or covering enclosing an animal or plant organ or part. The enclosing frame around a door or window opening. A person of a specified kind, usually with many eccentricities. A mental case. Printing. The receptacle in which a compositor has his type, which is divided into compartments for the different letters, spaces, or numbers. For English, a compositor will ordinarily have two such cases, the uppercase containing the capitals and the lowercase containing the small letters. The quantity contained in a case. The housing or outer covering of something. The clock has a walnut case. Bed linen consisting of a cover for a pillow. The burglar carried his loot in a pillowcase. a special set of circumstances. It may rain, in which case the picnic will be cancelled. An occurrence of something. It was a case of bad judgment. Enclose in, or as if in, a case. My feet were encased in mud. Nouns or pronouns are adjectives, often marked by inflection, related in some way to other words in a sentence. A comprehensive term for any proceeding in a court of law whereby an individual seeks a legal remedy. A person who is subjected to experimental or other observational procedures. Someone who is an object of investigation. The cases that we studied were drawn from two different communities. A glass container used to store and display items in a shop or museum or home. A person requiring professional services. A typical case was the suburban housewife described by a marriage counselor. A portable container for carrying several objects. The musicians left their instrument cases backstage. A problem requiring investigation. Perry Mason solved the case of the missing heir. A specific state of mind that is temporary. A case of the jitters. A statement of facts and reasons used to support an argument. He stated his case clearly. Look over, usually with the intention to rob. They men cased the house. The actual state of things. That was not the case. A person suffering from an illness. A person suffering from an illness. A person who has abnormally low blood pressure. Having abnormally low blood pressure. The earliest documented case of a disease that is included in an epidemiological study. A patient who is residing in the hospital where he is being treated. A person serving a sentence in a jail or prison. One of several resident of a dwelling, especially someone confined to a prison or hospital. A patient who is residing in the hospital where he is being treated. A patient who has been vaccinated. Of or pertaining to arthritis. A person afflicted with arthritis. The hands of an elderly arthritic. A person who has abnormally high blood pressure. Having abnormally high blood pressure. Suffering from hypochondria. A patient with imaginary symptoms and ailments. A patient who does not reside in the hospital where he is being treated. Of or relating to or symptomatic of alexia. A person with alexia. A person undergoing psychoanalysis. The responsibility of a nurse to act in the best interests of the patient.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.